we've had 2 players enter the portal in the last 5 days. One just came out today, and the first one was a few days ago. And so I want to jump into who we're seeing hitting the portal. So today's portal entry was our guy Cullen Montgomery, offensive lineman. He has entered the portal. Now, Cullen redshirted last season, and so he didn't play. But he is part of the who's part of what? The 21 class.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it didn't work out. And so when we went through the depth charts and stuff earlier before the spring game, you didn't see Cullen's name on there. We've got a lot, even with the injury problems that we have at the offensive line right now, he just couldn't crack it. And it's nothing against him, nothing against him as a person. It's just we've got a lot of talent lined up that is ready to play. And honestly, we've got a lot of walk-ons that are big guys that we are trying to basically mold into better players long term. Mm-hmm. And I think that's one reason why we ended up losing him going towards the portal. Jason, what you think?
I was hearing a lot of stuff about him for the last few weeks. So that he was one of the ones that was one of the few ones that weren't really fitting into the room for whatever reason. And nothing against him. I don't know. I don't know the kid. But it's just what I've heard. And we've talked about this a lot, that sometimes whenever there's a coaching staff move, and there's a big change like that not everybody that hangs around is going to be a fit. And whatever reason they didn't take him with right away, maybe just because he wasn't quite ready yet. But if he's, for whatever reason, I hate to see you lose along the offensive line, because you're right. I think if there's anywhere that we need more depth, it's definitely in the trenches. But I think we're seeing some movement in that direction anyway, but whether it be through the portal, you're going to end up seeing some. I know that we've already got a big commitment for next year as well. So I'm not too concerned about it, really. I think it is what it is. And if he's going to get a chance to go play somewhere, anywhere, it's better for him. If he's not fitting into the room and he's not going to get time, why would you stay?
Oh, that's true, and he needs the opportunity to play.
So
yeah, and I'm gonna, and this is the reason why I wanted to preface this early as we go through these players is just as you just said, we need the scholarships. Mm-hmm. If I'm correct, we're over by maybe like 5 or 6 players, and so there's a good chance that these aren't the only 2 that we're going to see. And another one that we just lost earlier was Damon Harmon, which he was a safety. Love Damon. He was a great contributor. He's young. He played well for us, and he also had that scary hit against TCU.
Yep.
And he had I guess it was the neck injury, and he ended up not playing. And so because of that, he's jumped in the portal, and and it's also because of how big our safety room is right now. Just DB room in general.
It's going to be hard to get on the field for even the guys that are, that you expected to before this spring,
Right. And we had some players in the spring that didn't even play. Like, you had Jaden Rowe, who's still going through, the shoulder surgery stuff.
Right.
And we had a lot of players that are coming in. I mean, from Peyton Bowen to with Reggie Pearson out there doing his things, Billy Bowman. You've got Robert Spears Jennings, who is expected to get more time. Gentry Williams.
I was just going to say Gentry. Yeah, Gentry.
And there's a good chance because Jaden Davis is gone. There's a good chance that we see a lot of Gentry as well as Spears Jennings, or we'll probably see a lot of Connie Walker. We've got a pretty good secondary room right now. Woody Washington, of course, starting on the other side. Key Lawrence is going to get a lot of game, which is good. We don't expect Key to get moved out too much. We expect him to be around. And right now, even if anybody, Willie Washington is looking over his shoulder. He's still trying to figure out. Man,
and Woody's an All-American candidate. Woody's an All-American candidate, and he's having to look over his shoulder. Look at what these young kids are doing as they come in.
Kendall Dobie is trying to take it, man.
Bro, I get it.
He's coming in as a JUCO, and he's like, "Hey, man.
Hey, I get it.
He's smelling fresh meat."
Well, what I would say is that I'm not because here's the thing. You've got Kendall Dobie, then you also have Makari Vickers, my boy. You have Josiah Wagner has turned heads the entire spring.
And I haven't even talked about the young players on purpose because of that. I mean, the only one that I know that we can definitively talk about is Bowen because of just how absurd he's been. But Josiah Wagner's another one. Everybody was kind of curious. I mean, he's small, he's slight. You know, he's out of Washington State.
Like freaking 10 feet tall.
That's what I was going to say. He's small, he's slight. He's coming from Washington State. There's a good chance they're going to flip him to the University of Washington. And I kept telling people, don't worry. We good. He comes here and he's lighting people up. And they're like, oh, this little dude like to hit. Bro. Same thing with Dobie. They little dudes like to hit.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
What do we love more than anything?
They call them pit bulls for reasons, man. When you call the little guy pit bull, whew.
It tells you everything you need to know. And that's what I expect from this squad going forward, is having players like that. That's just like, yeah, we're gonna do the thing. And so I'm stoked. I'm excited that our secondary, unfortunately, losing out like on Jaden Davis as well as losing out on Damon Harmon, you losing out on veteran presence, but we've got enough vets there. I think we'll be fine. I want them to go be great. So, you know, I want y'all to do the same, fans. I want y'all to let them know, hey, we appreciate your service. Thank you for coming here. We understand that you've fallen so far in the depth chart. You probably get it. Show some love because we're excited about them. I mean, I saw a couple players. Was that Bray Walker as well as Alexander went down to Texas State. I had to hop in there in the mentions on Twitter and tell them, hey, man, go be great. Always Sooners. You graduated from OU. We're glad that you were here. Go where you're going to get a chance to play. So, you know, it is what it is. But, yeah, I do expect the Sooners to not be not sit on their hands in the portal. I have high expectations that we're going after players. I know we was going after the offensive lineman Josh Simmons recently from San Diego State, but he just committed to Ohio State, so we missed out on that. He was here recently.
That big lineman from Colorado though too. Neo was just asking about him. I haven't.
Yeah.
About that one too. So
I haven't seen a list of the players we're going at yet. I've been shooting some messages to some friends to see if anybody's got some updates for me, but I do know that we're gonna be active. The good thing is the portal's ended today. Because the portal has ended today, we've got people we got graduate transfers that are really going to start showing out. You'll see more graduate transfers probably throughout May and the summer than probably any other time, because once they confirm they're graduating and they're walking across the stage and they finish up all their requirements, they're eligible to leave whenever they want to and go sign whenever they want to. And so that's my expectation with that.